The Journey to Your Own Home, a Step-by-Step Guide. Welcome, everyone. Buying a house, it's definitely not just some simple financial transaction. It is a massive life event. It brings this crazy mix of heavy emotional weight and, let's be real, a good amount of bureaucratic stress. In our analysis today, we're going to break down this journey of home ownership step by step. We'll look at the exact process, the data, and the strategic moves you need to turn that dream of owning your own place into an absolute reality, all by looking at a real-world scenario. Are you just totally exhausted from paying rent? Seriously, it's a question that hits a nerve for so many of us. Just think about the sheer practical frustration of packing up and moving from one rental house to another every single year. It's an exhausting cycle, right? It drains your finances, and honestly, it drains your peace of mind. Well, today, we are following a guy named Ravi. Ravi represents that exact turning point. He had absolutely reached his limit with landlords and packing boxes, and he was finally ready to trade those monthly rent receipts for actual equity. Ravi's ultimate dream was pretty simple. He just wanted a slice of security and to escape that endless rental cycle forever. He wasn't out looking for some massive, sprawling mansion. He just wanted a small, comfortable place to truly call his own. But here's the catch. The actual mechanics of securing a home loan? Complete maze to him. The desire was 100% there, but the execution was a total mystery. So he did the smartest thing you can possibly do when you're facing all that institutional bureaucracy. He turned to his mentor, a really knowledgeable friend named Amin, to get a clear roadmap. Okay, let's dive into this roadmap Amin shared with him. It essentially comes down to 3 non-negotiable steps. First, a stable income check. Second, document verification. And third, a credit check. You see, this is the foundational structure of how the banking industry looks at things. They don't just hand out huge chunks of capital based on our hopes and dreams, right? They finance proven stability. So the absolute first thing any bank is going to evaluate is whether your income is stable enough to support a commitment that's going to last for years. To prove that stability, Amin gave Ravi a really strict checklist of essential documents. We're talking about the heavy hitters here. Your salary proofs, comprehensive bank statements, Aadhaar card, PAN card, and of course, the ever-important CBIL score. When you put all these together, they aren't just annoying pieces of paperwork. They literally form your financial fingerprint. And Ravi? He was so motivated by his goal that he didn't hesitate for a second. He immediately gathered everything on this list, taking active charge of the process before he even stepped foot inside a bank branch. So the crucial point is really leveraging that CIBIL score. For anyone navigating this process, you've got to understand that it is way more than just a 3-digit number. It's a direct measure of institutional trust. Because Ravi had maintained this incredibly simple but powerful habit, just consistently paying his bills exactly on time, he walked into that bank already holding a massive advantage. He had mathematically proven his financial reliability long before he asked for a single rupee. Armed with that stellar credit and his neatly organized document portfolio, Ravi marched into the bank the very next day and sat right across from the manager. When they asked him what he needed, he didn't flinch. He confidently stated his number, 25 lakh. Now, saying that figure out loud, that marks the formal transition from a personal, maybe someday dream to a high-stakes financial negotiation. It's a substantial commitment, and it instantly shifts the conversation from just theory to concrete liability. But here's the thing. The bank manager doesn't just look at that 25 lakh request in a vacuum. Nope. They immediately start weighing Ravi's incoming monthly salary against his regular outgoing monthly expenses. Basically, they're calculating his debt-to-income ratio, and this is absolutely vital. A high salary is completely meaningless to a bank if your lifestyle expenses are just as high. They need to ensure, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that there's a comfortable financial buffer left over to seamlessly service a massive loan payment every single month. After crunching all those numbers, the manager looked up and delivered a pivotal verdict. They told him, based on your income, you can definitely get the loan, but you must also provide a down payment. Ravi had officially passed the first major test regarding his cash flow and credit habits. But a bank rarely takes on 100% of the risk themselves. Ravi now had to bring his own capital to the table to actually secure the deal. And guys, this is exactly where years of quiet financial discipline truly pay off. Ravi had to dip into his personal savings to secure that required down payment. Think about it. Every single time in the past, when he chose to save his money instead of spending it frivolously, he was actively preparing for this exact hurdle. He successfully arranged the capital, proving his absolute commitment to the bank, and just a few days later, the bank officially approved his home loan. All of that meticulous prep, jumping through the bureaucratic hoops, all that strict financial discipline, it all culminated in one incredible emotional moment. Ravi, standing there, finally holding the keys to his brand new home, his eyes just full of joy. The sheer relief of breaking free from that rental cycle was finally a reality. Those keys represent so much more than just access to a building. They are a profound symbol of long-term security, of major personal achievement, and a permanent positive shift in his financial trajectory. And this brilliantly illustrates the core message of our analysis today. If we step back from Ravi's story for a second, his success really boils down to three universal pillars. First, right planning, so you can build up those savings over time. Second, a good credit score to establish undeniable institutional trust. And third, patience. You absolutely need patience to navigate the inevitable friction of the system. That right there is the fundamental formula. That's how you turn the abstract concept of homeownership into a tangible, valuable asset. Which brings us to our final thought for today. Do you have the planning and patience for your dream home? Ravi's journey proves, without a doubt, that it is entirely possible, but it requires taking immediate, calculated action on your end. So check your credit score today, start tracking your cash flow so you understand your true debt-to-income ratio, and start planning out that down payment strategy right now, because trust me, your future keys are waiting.